The day my dog became president. The day started like any other. I, Jake Thompson, a regular 12-year-old kid from Maplewood, woke up to my dog, Max, licking my face. Max was a golden retriever with a goofy smile, a wagging tail that could clear a coffee table, and a habit of getting into trouble. I had no idea that by the end of the day, he'd be running the country. It all started with a joke. My best friend, Lucas, and I were sitting in front of the TV, watching the presidential debate. The two candidates were arguing about taxes, healthcare, and the economy, words that made my brain feel like it was melting. I sighed and tossed a potato chip at Max, who caught it midair with the grace of an Olympic athlete. "I bet Max would do a better job than these guys," I muttered. Lucas laughed. "Yeah, he'd probably just make everyone play fetch and take naps." That's when the idea hit me. What if we actually submitted Max's name as a joke? Lucas's eyes lit up. "Dude, that would be hilarious. Let's do it." I had no idea how elections really worked, but with some quick internet research, we found out that anyone could technically be a write-in candidate. We made a website, uploaded some funny pictures of Max, and created a campaign slogan, "Bark for a Better Tomorrow." For fun, we made posters with Max wearing a tiny suit and tie, and Lucas even edited a video of Max giving a speech using clips of him barking. We posted it on social media with the hashtag #MaxForPrez, and then the internet did its thing. The rise of Max. The next morning, my phone was exploding with notifications. Somehow, Max's campaign had gone viral. Celebrities were tweeting about it. News anchors were laughing about it. People were actually writing his name on ballots. By the time election night rolled around, Lucas and I were glued to the TV. States were turning red and blue, but something crazy was happening. There was a tiny section of the map that was turning golden. Max was winning votes. Not just a few votes. Millions of votes. And then, the impossible happened. "Ladies and gentlemen," the news anchor said, blinking at the screen like he couldn't believe it himself. "Max the dog has officially won the presidency of the United States." Lucas and I stared at each other. Oh my dog. The White House goes to the dogs. The next thing I knew, men in suits showed up at my house. "Congratulations, Mr. Thompson," one of them said. "We need you and President Max to come with us." Before I could process what was happening, Max and I were whisked away in a limo, heading straight for the White House. My mom nearly fainted, and my dad just kept muttering, "This has to be a dream." As we walked into the Oval Office, Max immediately jumped onto the Resolute desk and wagged his tail. The Secret Service guys didn't even flinch. They just stood at attention like this was completely normal. "Mr. President," one of them addressed Max, "your first briefing is ready." I waved my hands. Wait. You guys know he's a dog, right?" The Chief of Staff, a very serious-looking woman named Miss Ramirez, nodded. "Of course, but the people voted, and we respect democracy. Besides, every president has advisors." She turned to me. "That's where you come in. Me, a 12-year-old, advising the President of the United States?" I swallowed hard. Oh boy, Max's first executive orders. The next few weeks were a blur. I had to help Max run the country, which mostly meant translating his barks into policies. His first executive order, mandatory belly rub breaks in all workplaces. His second, free dog treats for every household. The country loved it. "President Max has the highest approval rating in history," one reporter announced. "Americans are happier, productivity is up, and studies show that belly rub breaks are actually lowering stress levels across the nation." Max was crushing it, the international incident pour. But then came the incident. One day we got a message from the president of a country called Zorvakistan. He wasn't happy. "This is an outrage," he bellowed in a video call. "Your president has insulted my people." I blinked. How?" The translator looked nervous. "President Max, peed on the Zorvakistan flag during a meeting." I turned to Max, who wagged his tail innocently. "Oh no," I groaned. "That's just how he marks things he likes." I had to think fast. President Max deeply respects your country. He was giving you the highest honor a dog can give." The Zorvakistan president frowned. "Really?" "Yes," I lied. "In fact, in our country, it's tradition for all new friends of the president to receive this honor." The next thing I knew, Max was on a world tour, honoring different countries. It was weird, but hey, it worked. The end of a wild presidency. After a year, things started getting hectic. Congress tried to pass a law that required all presidents to be human. People protested. Dogs barked. Cats were suspiciously quiet. Then Max made his own decision. One morning, I woke up to find a note next to Max's water bowl. Okay, I wrote it, but still. It said, "I, President Max, hereby resign. I would rather chase squirrels than sign bills. Thank you for the belly rubs. Woof." The next day, the vice president was sworn in, and Max retired to a quiet life of sleeping on my bed. Some people were sad, some were relieved, but one thing was for sure. No one would ever forget the time a dog ran the country. As for me, I went back to being a normal kid. Well, mostly normal. After all, how many kids get to say they were the personal advisor to the President of the United States? And every time Max curls up next to me at night, I scratch his ears and whisper, "Good job, Mr. President." Because let's be honest, he really was the best president we ever had.